Big news for Taylor Gray as he is going to go Xfinity Series racing full-time in 2025. He's going to be here to talk about that. Plus, Erica Davis tries to win us some money on a Thursday.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.
It's Thursday, October 17th. What a day. Oh my goodness. The leaves are changing. The weather's changed. It's absolutely beautiful out there. Hi, everyone. Welcome to NASCAR Daily. Shannon Spake. We've got a big show, so we're going to get right to it. Erica Davis is going to be here with us in just a bit. But first, the big news coming down yesterday. Yes, Taylor Gray. It has been announced that he is going to go full-time Xfinity Series racing with Joe Gibbs Racing next season, driving the number 54. I would definitely get used to saying the name Taylor Gray because what we've seen from him so far this season, currently 6 in the Truck Series points. And of course, he's made 12 starts in the Xfinity Series, including this upcoming weekend at Las Vegas. He's had some very, very solid runs out there in that number 19 car. So that combo with the known success that Joe Gibbs Racing has had in the Xfinity Series, I think this is going to be a very, very successful one for years to come. So let's say hello right now to Taylor Gray, who is waking up this morning, and I'm sure to tons and tons and tons of text messages. Congratulations. How was it like having to sit on this? Because I'm sure that you've known that this announcement was coming down for a while.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Shannon. It was, it was like yesterday, it was kind of more of like a relief, right? Like, it was like, I've known this is what I'm going to be doing for a little bit now, but I think more so just everyone knowing about it now has just kind of been like a weight off my chest, right? It's like, okay, like I know this has been real, like I know this is happening, but like now it really feels like you're right. Everybody knows about it, so it's been cool.
Yeah, it's like the press release goes out. Like, how many times do you read that press release when you see it on social media?
Yeah, I definitely read over it at least once.
That's so cool. I love it. So I was like looking back at your story, and I know you're 19, right? You haven't had a birthday, right? Still 19?
Yep, still 19.
Okay. So you start racing late models at 12. So models to now what you're doing in the Xfinity Series full time. Does it seem like it's like just, I know that this is the family business for you guys, but does it seem like this has been very, very fast?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're in the moment and you're doing it, it seems like it's so slow, and it's like, all right, like I'm ready to go do the next thing, right? Whenever you're in the middle of it, and then you get to that next thing, and you take a step back, and you're like, wow, I actually had it really good, and it actually went by really fast. So we like to do that a lot with like whenever we raced ARCAs, like me and like some of my old guys that I worked with, and we still keep in contact, and we kind of look back and it's like, wow, we didn't realize how good we had it and how much fun we had. And it was just, it just all kind of flew by really fast.
Well, winning in the Xfinity Series is definitely going to be fun. And I know with that team, there's going to be a lot of them. Is that the coolest part, is like sharing this news with some of your buddies who you've kind of come up through the ranks with?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool, right? It's funny because one of my buddies that I did race with growing up is now the listed owner of my car. So it's pretty cool.
I was going to mention that, right? I was going to ask you about your relationship. Ty Gibbs, of course, announced that he's going to be that 54 owner. So what is the relationship with Ty Gibbs?
Yeah, I mean, he's been probably my best friend, or one of my best friends for last 8 years. So me and Ty, we kind of grew up together. Obviously, he's a couple years older than I am, but we grew up together at the dirt track at Millbridge whenever we were kids, and just always been friends since.
So tell me about like this whole, like, is he the one that called you and said, hey, Taylor, we want to make this happen? I mean, that's a pretty cool call, if so, from one of your closest.
Yeah, so we had already signed for next year at JGR, and it was actually Talladega. It was after the race. I'd got wrecked out early, and the JGR car still had to roll through tech for playoff tech. And I went over to his bus, and we were talking, and he was just asking me questions about numbers and stuff, and what number I was going to be. And I was originally supposed to be 19. And one thing led to another, and he was like, no, you're going to run the 54. And he's like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to call in on Monday, and we're going to get this swapped. So, yeah, it was pretty wild.
That's awesome.
The one thing he did tell me, and I'll add this in there, is he looked at me and said, well, first of all, I was like, oh man, like you don't have to do that. Like you retired it, like it's your number or whatever. And he looked at me and said, no, I want to do it. Like I want you to run it, but I just want you to know that the last time that number was ran, I won a championship.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure at all. But I mean, listen, that's what buddies do, right? They
Yeah,
give each other
exactly.
pressure. How you feeling about headed to Homestead in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, have to go and be aggressive and have a good day and have a good day on points. We're still very reachable of being in the Final Four, so just being able to execute the next 2 weeks on the truck side is going to be really important.
Has it been fun being part of the playoffs?
Yeah, it has been. I think, I've been in a pretty comfortable spot my whole playoffs so far. This is the worst spot I've been in so far. So, you know, whenever anyone says like, you lose sleep at night whenever you're in a bad spot in the playoffs, like it's a real thing.
Well, hopefully the announcement about the 54 and the pressure of competing for a championship evens itself out, so you are at least getting a couple of hours of sleep, because you do have a championship to try to win in the Truck Series, and a busy off season now, getting ready to take over that 54 and go win a championship for your buddy. Thank you for being here today. Congratulations. Go return all those text messages.
Thank you, Shannon.
Time to win some money, because that's exactly what we've been doing the last 2 weeks, maybe not 3 weeks. I don't know. Erica Davis here with us now. Hey. Erica Renee D on social media. Okay, we're gonna get to our parlay. See, like yeah. What you said. We're gonna get to our parlay and how that went down. I've never been such a huge fan of the Oregon Ducks as I was this weekend.
Right, but, quack quack.
But first, we start off every single Thursday with a word of the week. Parlay was last week. What's our word this week, Erica?
Our word of the week this week is straight bet, which is essentially the opposite of a parlay. A straight bet is literally just betting on one single event in the game to happen. Last week, we parlayed, which meant that we took a couple of different events to happen. Get back to that in a second. But in a straight bet, you just say, oh, I want Oregon to win, and that's it. Or you might say, I'm going to bet Kyle Larson to win in Vegas. That's just a straight bet, and it's not contingent upon anything else happening. And so sports books like for you to do what we did last week, which is parlay, because you have to hope, cross your fingers, that all the legs happen for you to cash in. You want to talk about that a little bit? What happened last week?
Did the legs happen for us, Erica?
The legs were wobbly, girl. One of the legs did not happen. So we took Oregon money line, and we also, as a part of our two sport cross sport parlay, we took Alex Bowman as a top 10 finisher.
Not only did he not finish in the top 10, but we might have really gotten him in trouble with our bet, because he got disqualified.
Shannon, did we curse Alex Bowman last week? I'm starting to wonder. So yeah, what we did last week was a parlay, and Oregon winning did not help us because Alex Bowman did not finish in the top 10. So if we had taken Oregon as a straight bet out of that parlay, then we would have won some money. But we can always try to win some money this week with this week's wager.
How do we know how much we lost? Like, I guess, yeah. Do we know how bad?
Yeah, I think I want to say we lost $25.
Okay.
I think that's what we wagered last week. Right. I'm pretty sure.
We'll let our producer Austin figure that out for us, because we're not going to do the math. We're just gonna spend the money.
We're just gonna give you the wager, right?
That's right. So what are we? So we're not going to do a parlay this week, I'm assuming, because
we're not. What we're doing kind of feels like a parlay, but it's not. We are going to, at one sportsbook, you can bet on any of 3 different drivers to win. And so we are going to look at a wager that has Larson, Byron, or Reddick, any of those 3 drivers to actually win the race. So you don't need all of those to hit. Therefore, it's not a parlay. You just need one of those to hit. So how you feel about that?
I do. I like it. Larson's a 3-time winner. He's won the last 2. Tyler Reddick finished second last time we were there. There it is. And then Byron is a winner there as well. So yeah. And these guys, I listen, this is when I feel like we haven't really seen the quote unquote cream rise to the top in the playoffs. Larson obviously has won 2 races. Yeah. But I really think that this is the time when the round of 8 guys are going to come on strong. And I think these are the 3 guys to look at.
I agree with you. Byron won this race back in spring of 2023, and he also won stage 1 and stage 2 when he got into victory lane. And we know that this is where Hendrick Motorsports kind of rules the day. So we got Byron, we got Larson. I think that really increases our chances of this particular wager hitting.
All right, so since it's like a Hendrick theme and it's the 40th year of Hendrick Motorsports, let's bet $40. Would that work for you?
Let's bet $40. And I have my handy dandy calculator right here. I'm just going to do the math really quickly. Okay. So the odds are plus 120. If we bet $40 in honor of Hendrick, we would win a total of $88, and that includes our initial wager.
And that's Dale Jr.'s number, right? So I mean, it works. It's kismet.
It is serendipity. It is meant to be.
It is. Well, okay, there we go. We got $40 that either Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, or people at home are sitting here going, "Oh, come on, really?" All right, the low-hanging fruit. That's what the girls are picking on a Thursday. But listen, we need to win back some of the money, and $88 sounds really, really good. All right, I know that you've got some big plans this weekend, so you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some traveling, not to Vegas, but to the other side, to your side of the country, actually. So look for me on Erica Renee D as I'm enjoying some festivities in DC.
That's right. And if you don't follow Erica on social media, she's a lot of fun. So you definitely want to do that. Girl, we will see you next week. Hopefully we're $88 richer when I see you next Thursday. What a fun show it was today. Congratulations to Taylor Gray. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. And of course, we'll see if we win any money next week with Erica Davis. Don't forget, we have tons of shows coming at you today as we get you ready for Las Vegas. We have Inside the Playoffs. That's tonight at 8:30. So note the time change, 8:30 tonight. Christopher Bell, C. Bell's going to join us. Parker Kligerman's going to be on the show. It's going to be a great one. Plus, Drop the Jack. The guys catch up with Jonathan Stewart, which is going to be, of course, the Carolina Panthers. That's going to be a great conversation. Can't wait to hear that one as well. All right, Thursday's in the book. We've got one more before the weekend, so we'll see you tomorrow on a Friday.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.